Right, thanks very much for joining me today. I've made a bit of a mistake. I kind of messed up on the original LinkedIn invite for this, and it said it was yesterday, right up until 1:30 today, instead of starting at 1:30 today. So I've very quickly set up a new event, posted in the comments, hey, look, we're over here instead of where you thought we were going to be. So my apologies. And my apologies if you turned up yesterday thinking that we were going to be doing the demo and then we never actually turned up to do it. It's not like us. We'll demo basically everywhere and anywhere we will demo on. So I'm with Stephen, who's our product experience manager at Poetry. Stephen.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm Stephen. I'm the product experience manager. So after just over a decade in recruitment, I moved to recruitment technology, and have been following Adam around ever since, basically. So
I've been stalking you with job opportunities. I've been stalking you with job opportunities.
It's my job here to listen to feedback that we get from prospects, customers, and try and implement that into our kind of product strategy and roadmap.
Okay, I'm just going to do a quick introduction to why we've set up this product. I'll share my screen, show you how most organizations are using it, and then I'll ask Stephen to just explain what you need to do to set it up in order to make sure that it's on brand and in context for your organization, so that the content that's produced is like bang on ready for you. So the reason that we created this product is because there are similar technologies in mainstream sales and marketing, which are designed to fuel salespeople with all of the assets and knowledge and things that they need to get their tasks accomplished, from cold call outreach right through to closing the deal. And I did 200 hours of focus groups in 2023 and identified that we don't really have anything similar in talent acquisition, but we would massively benefit if we did. So I'm going to just talk you through what we're trying to accomplish with this. We've been working on pilot programs during 2024, and we've learned a heck of a lot, not least that recruiters can typically save 2 hours every day by using our technology. So we're trying to reduce the number of different places you have to go to get all the things you need to get your job done. We're also helping you to rationalize your tech stack and tech spend, and helping you to collaborate more effectively. So when a recruiter logs into Poetry, they're on this desktop, and on here you've got these tiles. Each one of the tiles takes the recruiter to a solution, and there are solutions for marketing, for recruitment operations, for learning, and for tools. Okay, I'm a recruiter in your team. I'm going to be working on a job I've never worked on before, so I'll go into research. I click create. This is a construction job. It is an estimator. It's based in London. I need to understand the job. What's the main responsibilities? What other job titles are similar? What's the average salary and benefits? I also need to understand which companies offer the best career advancement for this type of job, and workforce demographics, gender diversity, and let's say employee turnover rates. Click perform research. Here's the similar jobs. Here's the average salary according to Glassdoor pay scale and Indeed. Gender diversity split, not that surprising in construction, 86% male for this job. There's approximately 1,200 estimators in London and 150 job postings in the last 3 months. Turnover rates, around about 3 to 5 years. That's quite high actually compared to a lot of jobs. The companies with the best career options for estimators, Balfour Beatty, Kier, Skanska, Galliford, and ISG. And the main responsibilities of these things. Right, now that I understand a lot more about this job, I'll find some candidates. So I'll go into my Boolean builder, create, construction job, estimator, London. I'm going to click inspire me for similar jobs. I'm going to click inspire me for locations close by London, build my Boolean string, search Google, and here are estimators and similar in and near London. I've identified that Balfour Beatty is an employer that hires quite a few of these types of people, and I might want to talk to some of the people that work there. So what's it like to work at this company? I go into my battle cards, type in Balfour, and I see there is actually a battle card already in here. Okay, let's choose one that there isn't. I think Galliford Try was also on that list. So let's take a look. I think it's gallifordtry.co.uk. Okay, let's add this one in. Okay, create competitor. It's created Galliford Try. And now I can see some background on this company. More importantly, however, I click Generate Insights, and this is going to give me their strengths and weaknesses as an employer. It's just going to take a few seconds, and then I can see, okay, culture, commitment to employee development, focus on community impact, collaborative and inclusive culture, strong regional presence, reputation for quality, strength in project diversity, weaknesses, potential for bureaucracy, market competition, challenges with workload management. Okay. Great. So now I know about the job. I know I'm able to find some candidates. I know about some of the companies that hire for these types of people. I'm going to do a variety of other talent attraction tasks. So I go to my marketing solutions. I want to use multiple of these. I don't want to go into each one independently, so I will build a playbook. So I go to playbooks, create. This is a construction job, an estimator. It's based in London. I want personas first. I also want social media outreach, social media posts, job adverts, email copy, and an image. Now, you're probably not going to, I'll click build playbook. If you're in a large organization, you're probably not going to use the image building facility within Poetry. You're probably going to have your own images, in which case you'd put them into your image library in here, and Poetry will draw from that image library as opposed to building a new image. So it'll take, for those 5 or so text-based assets, it'll just take 15 seconds and maybe another 15 seconds or so for the actual image itself. So let's have a look at personas. Persona for estimator. Educational background, work experience, primary technical skills, short-term career goals, long-term career aspirations, challenges or pain points, what types of companies or work environments might they prefer. Okay, here's our estimator based in London. It's put our logo at the top right. It can put your logo somewhere on it. It has done it in quite a techie sort of a style, because our company's a technology company. It's a little bit strange for a technology company to be hiring an estimator, but of course it's given London in the background as well. There's lots of things that you can do to make sure that the image is relevant for your company. Now, what I showed you in the personas there is, it is looking at what is like the background of this person and what might they be interested in an employer. When Poetry uses that alongside, when I go into this area for global rules, you add in your company's EVP. You add in the answers to this company questionnaire. What does your company do and why was it started and what's its core values and principles? That means that everything's going to be on brand and in context each time. So I've got my estimator playbook, which is in the construction team. I can click on here, share with hiring manager. They'll get an email with a link and that'll take them into this area. Okay, social media outreach messaging. It's taking into account what we know about estimators, what might catch their attention, and what would they be excited about in terms of what we've got to offer. Same with the email copy, same with the job advert. Now, this is a specific style of job advert that I've asked for. Again, over in the setup area and in configuration, in the templates section, this is where I can choose what do I want as my intros and outros and word count and things like this. If I click edit job advert list, in here, you can see there's multiple different pieces of information that I can use for stylizing. So I can apply that at the central level, and then it's going to make sure that what it's producing is right first time. The hiring manager is being kind of inflexible about what they're looking for, or we have to think more flexibly about what it is we're looking for, because skills are in scarce demand. I go into my skills-based hiring area, create. It is a construction job. It's an estimator. It's based in London. I click Inspire Me, and what this is going to do is tell me what are the jobs with overlapping skills, what are the core technical skills, what are the core interpersonal skills. It's going to give me some guidance around how I could apply the principles of skills-based hiring to this particular piece of recruitment. Here's the related positions. Here's the essential tasks, essential skills and competencies, an assessment strategy for this, and an implementation strategy. Okay, hiring manager said, yes, I want to see these candidates. They're looking good for the job. Have we got any suggested interview questions? I'll go into my candidate interview area, create. It's for a construction job. It's an estimator based in London. It's technical questions, which we always use closed-ended technical questions for that second stage. Click Inspire Me. Now, I roughly know what an estimator does, but I definitely have no idea personally how I would ask them closed-ended technical questions. So imagine you're tasked with preparing a cost estimate for a new project that involves multiple subcontractors. You've got limited historical data for similar projects and the deadline for submissions tight. Would you rely on your previous experience alone, or would you seek additional data sources to inform your decision? What specific data sources would you consider using? How would you prioritize your time gathering data and preparing the estimate? And in your opinion, what are the risks of relying solely on past experience in this scenario? And there's another option, and there's another option. Okay, there's a variety of other useful solutions in here. You don't have to use them all. Nobody uses them all. You would choose within the settings which ones you want to apply. Here's how we do advertising. Here's how we do assessment. Here's how we do CRM. It's a simple learning solution. And you can also add in your third-party tools. So if I'm on this, I've got this tech marketplace gigged. I've applied that to my desktop. Click on that, open it up. I've got Cornerstone for e-learning. Click on that, open it up. Stephen, what did I miss in terms of like important things to show on this session, and how long does it take to set up, and what are the main things you need to do to set it up?
You never miss anything important. No, but the part of, so someone's already asked a question in the chat, you know, can you edit these things, right? So the idea behind Poetry is that you can do a few different things. You can either paste in your own documents in the format that they already exist. You can either parse notes into kind of our AI model and make changes that way, or you can keep doing that. You know, you can once something's generated, it doesn't have to be the be all and end all. So for example, your interview questions there that you generated, you know, you can delete some of those, maybe just keep the top 5 between the 10 that have been kind of created throughout, and then save that as your kind of one-stop shop for if you're interviewing for that type of role in that area. So you see here that, you know, Adam's kind of going through that process, and you know, all of these drop downs, everything that you see in terms of places where there's options in the platform, so job description style, job advert styles, those types of things, they will all be up to your admin person to define. We'll give you a starter for 10, but you know, everything can be controlled by the company themselves. Now, that kind of gets us into the setup phase, right? Because a lot of this is great, but what if there's no guardrails around it? It's just going to generate, you know, generic kind of AI nonsense, so to speak, right? So if you head to that hamburger menu, the first thing you want to do is go down to admin and then org. And that's the space where you will be able to either free type or drag and drop all of your teams or departments, all of your job titles, and all of your locations. So the key areas where you work, And this is used for two things, really: to help us parse some information into an LLM, but really, most importantly, to be honest, to help you categorize things so that you can go and find it really easily and really quickly later on. After you have added your teams, your job titles and locations, you want to head back up to that menu icon, go to setup and configuration. And then that's where you start to really make the platform your own. So we have templates there. So things like your job adverts, job descriptions, landing page copy, what you say at the beginning and end of every single thing in terms of that might be an EEO statement. It might be some companies in America have set benefits that they offer for specific role types, etc. You can basically put whatever you think the intro and outro needs to be for a company brand kind of globally in there. Once you have decided your intros and outros, you go into global rules. Global rules is you're showing off languages there, Adam.
Yeah, I was doing Zonga. I don't know what that language is.
So there's 187 languages in here, which is probably important to say as well. So once you go to global rules, you put your logo in, your website or career site in, you put your hashtags in, your EVP, and then you check whether or not you want specific things to happen. Do you want AI images? Do you allow emojis? What's your tone of voice and main focus language? You can edit all of that at a workspace level. And then we ask you to really simply answer 10 questions based on your company profile. So what are your core values? What do you stand for? What are you selling and why are you selling it? And who are you trying to attract? And, all of those kind of things. What's okay and what's not okay to say for your brand. These are really simple kind of bite-sized chunks, but hugely powerful, because the way that we have created poetry is to, first of all, create a personal persona. So who is Stephen McGrath? What tone of voice does he speak in what language? Now, who is the company? And we create something around that. What's the EVP and the core values of that company? And then we pass in prompt engineering to help make it easy for you to create all of the assets that you've seen there. So there's roughly about between probably 2 to 3 hours worth of work from an initial setup phase. That's done in a really nice interactive way. So you get a welcome video. Poets Corner on the right-hand side there would open up and it will talk you through, what to do before you get started and how to set up the platform, along with some key bits and pieces that you need to know. So the more that you put into this, the more that you get out in terms of the real kind of, the more it's tailored for your specific kind of use cases and your company. That answers one key pivotal question, which is, why does creating something in poetry, if we do that as a siloed benefit of this platform, differ for just having an LLM? Well, LLMs don't know you as a company, right? They don't know you as a person. They might get to know you, but it'll take a heck of a lot longer than if you just kind of set up.
Did I drop or did Stephen? I think Stephen did. Jay, I can see you've got a comment in here about Stephen. You just dropped for a second there, I think.
Yeah, I'm back now, but I'd finished talking, so I was going to say that's all, and then I was going to direct you to Jay anyway. So
all right, Jay's asked for a. Can we do a persona? Create persona. Let's choose one. Engineering, DevOps, New York City. Working from hybrid. In fact, let's just do working from home. Create.
Generate.
Oh, failed. Why did I not generate? Oh, that's why.
You didn't press generate.
Generate, not create. Yeah, it's almost like I don't know what I'm doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. DevOps engineer. It's a skilled DevOps engineer focused on optimizing development and operational processes. That's a very simple description of the job. What might the candidate's educational experience be? Typically, degree in computer science, IT are related. They might have certifications, things like AWS Certified DevOps Engineer or Certified Kubernetes Administrator how much work experience, 3 to 5 years in some of these sorts of things, primary technical skills, things like Linux, Docker, Kubernetes, short-term career goals, mastering new tools and technologies, improving automation processes, longer term, moving into leadership roles such as DevOps manager or architect, potential pain points, challenges dealing with legacy systems, managing cross-team collaboration, and the pressure to deliver rapid deployments without compromising quality. What types of companies might they prefer? Innovative companies that embrace agile methodologies, prioritize collaboration, and offer flexible work environment. So that's the type of thing we add in to personas. Every one of these solutions has been really optimized a lot. I would say some of them are kind of industry standard, what you might expect. Some of them are good enough. Some of them are absolutely best of breed, and not just because we might be the only people offering it. In some cases, we're not the only people offering it, but we've created a better solution than those that exist. I think the most important aspect to this is being able to do so many things in one workspace, accessible on one browser tab. So, in terms of
it's accessibility, right, at the kind of lowest common denominator. You want all of your recruiters, the people that are boots on the ground doing the work, to have access to the most amount of information possible. So the way that we have created Poetry is that nobody gets left behind, right? They have access to intelligence, they have access to writing things with company guardrails in place. You know, they have access to creating Boolean strings. So there's not really, you know, in a world where everybody in the company is expected to do more with less, you know, more with less money, more with less people, more with less, whatever that happens to be. We're providing you the opportunity to do more with less. So, you know, it's all under one roof. The way that I describe it to people is that we're essentially a one-stop shop for everything that you need to do before you hit an ATS. Right, and then that's when those legacy systems can take over.
Yeah, Jay asked about building a Boolean string. Hopefully you saw me do that. It took about 4 seconds to build a Boolean string. It's included synonymous job titles and it's included locations close by. It's very, very simple and very effective as well. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about cost. It is £80 per person per month. And so it's £960 annually per individual. Oh no, I don't want to leave the studio. I want to stop sharing. Stop screen. Right. So yeah, it's £80 per person per month, £960 annually. Team of 10, £9,600. And yeah, in US dollars, it's $100 per person per month. So Jay said, I saw an oversight there. Does that mean overview or oversight meaning something we missed? I'd love to know. We are about probably a minute behind on the live stream versus LinkedIn, which is where the comments are coming in from. Stephen, do you want to just talk about like a couple of the like use cases? What are the companies that you're working with? Like, what are some of the most important like ways they're using it? Like, what types of recruitment teams are using it? Yeah, anything that summarizes that.
Yeah, so certainly anywhere where you have a global kind of large TA presence is an obvious one, right? Because what we do is we standardize and tie together all your recruitment efforts under one roof. But really any company that is looking to have consistency, looking to have a strong kind of EVP, brand awareness, you know, that type of side of things that people are investing lots of money into, we can help, you know, create an environment where that consistency and that standardization is coming out all the time. So I think if you're a 2-person TA team who work in the same office and you've worked together for 10 years and you know where everything is and you can just ask Sandra for X, Y, or Z, then is Poetry the ideal solution for you? Probably not. You might get some use of it, but probably not, because there's lots of things you can do in terms of intelligence and Boolean, etc., that would be beneficial. However, what might be better, and certainly the people that we are seeing success with are teams of 10 plus that have multiple locations. RPOs seem to really love what we do, and I think that really the use case is that if you want to all be singing from the same hymn sheet, then Poetry is a place where you can make that happen quite quick.
Okay. Actually, Jace just said it used the India code. That's not the India code, but I've got to say that Oracle consultant one I just wasn't exclusively New York City. So build my Boolean string. This is for dentists in Glasgow. Search Google, and these are dentists in Glasgow. But we definitely do need to keep on top of what's the precise right Boolean string that we should be developing in here. Let's do another one. Finance, energy trader, New York City, Inspire Me for jobs similar to energy trader, market analyst, I'll take that out, the rest look okay. Inspire Me for locations close to New York City, build my Boolean string, search Google. Energy trader in New York City, energy trader near New York City, energy trader near New York City. So this is right. Yeah, the /in is not the India country code, but I did see one of the Boolean results there, which wasn't perfect.
Yeah, the Boolean results in location will vary because people can have multiple locations that they've worked in, in recency bias. So if you moved recently from Florida to New York and you have particular experience, you might show up in both.
So this is data analysts in Dallas. And here we've got data scientist, because it gave that as a synonymous job. It's not really, but I just left it there anyway. That's Fort Worth.
Jay's asked a question about LinkedIn's new AI assistant could be a massive competitor. What is your opinion?
To what? To a workspace? I don't think so. It's a co-pilot. It's an assistant. It doesn't do probably. It does probably 20% of the different solutions that we're applying here, but by far the most important thing that we're offering is the one workspace environment and the ability for people to collaborate and all that sort of thing. Yeah, so I definitely don't consider it to be the same.
So Jay, there's just specifically addressing you, there's a journey that I see people going on with Poetry, and that journey is that the first time you sign up, going to be roughly about 3 months of creation. Hey, this is an exciting new tool. Let's set it up. Let's create. And then what you're going to have is you're going to have probably a month of auditing, right? Did that work? Did that not work? What do we need to, what's A, B, and C? But then realistically from there onwards, Poetry becomes just as much about finding your assets in record time and being able to action them than it does about creating anything new. And that's where we will pull away from any sorts of competition kind of, moving forward. There's lots of AI things out there that will do 2 to 5 aspects of what we offer. And they might do that really, really well, but you might need 4 of them to cover everything that we do. However, what they won't do is that kind of legacy piece of how, as your team evolves, the tool evolves, and it becomes really quick and easy to find things, action things, and move forward from there. So that's a very deliberate part of the platform. It's been designed in a way that you will come in 6 months from now and know exactly where to find that job description for that job role, press share or press copy, and off you go. There we go.
Great. Okay. I'm just responding to Jay on the LinkedIn string.
Yeah.
which is
if anyone does have any more questions, please feel free to connect with either Adam or I, and we will answer them. Knowing that we're about a minute behind and we're about to wrap this up, they might have more questions after we're gone. So just making sure. Please connect with me and ask anything you want.
Great. Okay. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. And yeah, I can see there's probably going to be a bit more chat on the chat on LinkedIn here, so I'll go and join it. Thanks very much. Cheers. Thanks, Stephen, for joining.
Cheers. Bye.